this is a video here from News Nation that's talking about the Venezuelan gang confirmed in several states, Tren de Aragua. Now, we recently on Blacklight Revelations 1 talked about Tren de Aragua and the presence of them in Dallas, right? So they're going to do a multi-state report about Tren de Aragua sightings. Let's check it out.
What are you learning?
Yeah, hey, Nicole. So reporting on this gang isn't something that's new to News Nation. We've been covering Tren de Aragua, or TDA, since about January, and that was when they first made headlines because the gang was involved in the murder of a Florida police officer. And then they really made headlines when the murder of 22-year-old nursing student out of Georgia, Laken Riley, when she was killed, and the suspects, his brother has direct ties to TDA. So now we're seeing these things crop up across the nation, and we're in several different states. Now, most recently, police in Prairie du Chien, it's a tiny rural town in Wisconsin with only about 5,300 people. Well, they are reporting that a 26-year-old actually assaulting a woman. And
again, so that particular crime, how many times are we going to hear about this particular type of crime? How many times are we going to hear about this particular type of crime?
In several different states. Now, most recently, police in Prairie du Chien, it's a tiny rural town in Wisconsin with only about 5,300 people. Well, they are reporting that a 26-year-old Venezuelan national, who you're looking at here on your screen, was arrested for physically and sexually assaulting a woman, and a juvenile female was also injured in that altercation. The department confirming that the suspect has a known affiliation to TDA. And in Texas, Dallas police confirming to News Nation the presence of the gang there as well, saying, quote, "We have had gang activity in the North Dallas area linked to the Tren de Aragua gang from Venezuela. Our department is collaborating with other agencies to address possible crimes linked to this and other gangs in our city." Now, the human smuggling scout, he's a...
You guys see this, right? You guys see this, right? So now let me ask you guys this question. All of this can't be misinformation. Now, here's another question for you guys, because you know we got the debate coming up tonight. Is any of this going to get brought up at the debate? How do you think that this will get addressed at the debate? And remember, Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan prison gang. Remember, they took over the prison in Caracas. How do you get so many prisoners that a prison gang can form a multi-state organization in the United States? Somebody let me know. Shout out to everybody that's in here. I appreciate you guys. We got 20 people watching. If everybody could take a moment and smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, take a moment, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. All right. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to my Rumble channel. If one of the mods could put the link to the Rumble channel in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe. We got 21 people watching and we got 18 likes. Let's try to get the likes to 40.
With only about 5,300 people. Well, they are reporting that a 26-year-old Venezuelan national, who you're looking at here on your screen, was arrested for physically and sexually assaulting a woman, and a juvenile female was also injured in that altercation. The department confirming that the suspect has a known affiliation to TDA. And in Texas, Dallas police confirming to News Nation the presence of the gang there as well, saying, quote, "We have had gang activity in the North Dallas area linked to the Tren de Aragua gang from Venezuela. Our department is collaborating with other agencies to address possible crimes linked to this and other gangs in our city." Now, this is Texas DPS at the border arrested a confirmed TDA member working as a human smuggling scout. He's a 24-year-old. He actually had an ICE tracking device on him when he was arrested during a traffic stop. Texas DPS reporting the gang member was arrested a few days prior for another smuggling attempt, but he was...
So look, do you guys see the issue with the catch and release stuff? All of these guys that they catch and release, they catch and release, they catch and release, they all have past criminal records. Like, you could apply the same logic to dirty cops that harm unarmed black people, of how they have a past track record with these migrants who are criminal offenders. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So that is proof right there that paying attention to the record of behavior, right? The current behavior is the best predecessor, or the past behavior is the best predecessor of current and future behavior. This is one of the reasons why they don't care about the documents. But somehow when they arrest these people, magically they figure out all these gang ties, but at the same time have no documentation. So they got to be tracking them through tattoos or something like that. I don't know.
Was just released from ICE. Now, Colorado, meantime, has been disputing the claims that TDA gang members are, quote, taking over apartment complexes there, as you can see. However, they are not denying the presence of the gang, even creating task forces to combat the growing issue.
Now, we're going to talk about this apartment complex issue because despite the fact that this new Haitian issue that's going on in Springfield, Ohio has taken the scene in the immigration talks or the migrant talks, there's still some behind the scenes shadiness going on with this apartment complex right here. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Aspen Grove in Colorado. We're going to take a look at it immediately when we get done with this. Shout out to DC Precise. What's good with it, bro?
Aurora PD did, however, just arrest 4 Venezuelan nationals at an apartment complex with confirmed ties to, you guessed it, TDA. In the Denver area in July, an alleged TDA gang member was arrested in connection to a violent jewelry store heist in the city where they are seen pulling out guns and even pistol whipping 2 women. So yes, the list continues on in New York. Meanwhile, New York PD's deputy commissioner saying that they have to open an international liaison post in Bogota where they will be conducting a fact-finding mission surrounding the inner workings of TDA. At the end of July, an alert obtained through CBP sources shows that Tren de Aragua criminal organization members in the Denver area have been given a, quote, green light to fire on or attack law enforcement in Denver, Colorado. HSI New York reportedly receiving the same information.
That's why that right there, that in itself is just wild. That's just wild. I don't even know what to say. Like I said, I don't know why like the National Guard or something hasn't been deployed to deal with this situation. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Intelligence and source data suggesting there are more than 1,000 TDA members currently in the United States. We know there are at least 5,000 across the world. Congressman Tony Gonzalez has been sounding the alarm about this gang for months now, which is essentially Venezuela's cartel.
It means that we have to take this block by block, city by city, county by county. In Texas alone, there's 254 counties, and we have to take it serious in every single one of them. Whether it's West Texas, East Texas, South Texas, it doesn't matter because these people are here. These criminal gangs, these criminal elements are here.
So one of the issues that law enforcement are facing in some of these areas where this gang has been present, sanctuary city laws. That's because ICE cannot be involved. Local police, they frankly just don't have the access to the immigration records. That's something that Congressman Gonzalez is working to fix. DHS, though, did kick out an alert to agents with information on how to spot Tren de Aragua gang members. So look at these tattoos here. Tattoos ranging from Michael Jordan to trains, crowns, and guns, as well as others on the screen. So DHS has admitted to encountering and arresting at least 70 TDA members. TDA is the largest criminal organization in Venezuela. Its membership, as we've been reporting, of course, spreading to the United States, and they kind of have that green light to do that. Nicole.
Yeah. Thanks for.
All right, so there's that. All right, shout out to Shamika. What's good with it, Shamika? All right, so now next what we're going to do is we're going to travel to Colorado, all right? And we're going to take a look at what's going on with that apartment complex where it's alleged that Tren de Aragua got some shady stuff going on. All right. So I want you guys to first take a look at this headline here. All right. From the Denver Gazette. And what it says is Aurora officials heavily redact. Aurora officials heavily redact public documents related to landlord who claimed Venezuelan gang activity. Why would they do that? Shout out to the specialist. What's good with it, bro? Why would they do this if there's nothing to hide? Aurora officials heavily redacted. See this? Aurora officials heavily redacted public documents related to the eviction of the 300 people at Aspen Grove apartment complex last month, claiming the emails to and from the city and the landlord's lawyer, quote unquote, represented attorney work product. Okay. Under the Colorado Open Records Act, or CORA, government agencies can assert certain privileges to withhold information. Examples include proprietary information, personnel issues for a law enforcement investigation, or quote unquote work product such as drafts. Will Trackman, general counsel for Mountain States Legal Foundation, doesn't see how Aurora can claim a work product exemption on behalf of the landlord's attorney. I think this is troubling, Trackman said. For an email to be work product, Trackman said, it would have to contain the attorney's drafts or theories or impressions shared internally. Or said another way, the Cora exemption is designed to protect the thought process of the government entity's attorney. All right. So now what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to picture this, right? What the state of Colorado is doing is they're trying to hide what's going on in these documents, and they're basing that they want to hide it because it's the apartment complex's attorney's quote unquote work product. But it's not that attorney asking for that to be hidden. It's the government saying we want to hide this for him. If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't make any sense, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to James Sumler. What's good with it, bro? I don't think this is attorney work product, said Trackman, who reviewed the redactions. I don't think this holds up. Headquartered in Colorado, Mountain States Legal Foundation is a nonprofit law firm dedicated to defending and expanding constitutional rights since 1977. The coalition promotes the freedom of the press and open access to the government. So now, again, shout out to TD Media Group, right? Shout out to TD Media Group, the party who tells you that the other party is a threat to democracy, right? What party is the governor of Colorado from? They're trying to make sure that people don't have access to the information contained in these emails. They're trying to control the flow of information. You know what I'm saying? Having previously served in the U.S. Department of Education as a deputy assistant secretary in the Office for Civil Rights and as general counsel for the Douglas County Schools District, Trackman has been on both sides of Cora as a requester and as a custodian of records. In the wake of Aurora officials boarding up the Aspen Grove apartment complex last month, they cited health and safety issues as the reason. The Denver Gazette submitted several public requests for communication between the city and the landowner. Through a Florida PR firm, the company blamed the deteriorating conditions at Aspen Grove on gang activity, an allegation that the city officials initially denied and then later walked back. So now when they talk about the gang activity at Aspen Grove, I got to ask you guys in the comment section, what gang are they talking about here? What gang are they talking about here? As early as June, an attorney representing the landlords sent a flurry of letters obtained and authenticated by the Denver Gazette to police and state officials seeking help with the Venezuelan gang, which the lawyer had said had forcibly taken control of the property. Okay? As early as June, an attorney representing the landlords sent a flurry of letters obtained and authenticated by the Denver Gazette to police, state, and local officials seeking help with the Venezuelan gang, which the lawyer had said forcibly took control of the property. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button, do me a favor. Please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. And if you know people that are interested in this type of information, please tag them in your share. The landlords also sought to hire off-duty police officers to provide security for the properties, a request that the Aurora Police Department declined. Okay, see that? The Denver Gazette's records request netted 38 emails. In all, Aurora officials redacted all but the salutations in 35 emails between Peter Schultz, Aurora's assistant city attorney, and the lawyer who represented CBZ management. That's a lot of redactions. That's a lot of redactions, isn't it? Why would they redact so much? As indicated in the redaction and the redaction log, all redactions were made based on attorney work product, Aurora's Cora official said in the city's online portal. The email chains are a back and forth negotiation between attorneys, one of which, Pete Schultz, is an attorney for the city. Okay. Aurora officials ultimately agreed. Now check this out. Aurora officials ultimately agreed to drop all charges against the owner of the Aspen Grove apartment complex in exchange for selling the property, leasing it, or a similar disposition, and assuming the cost to board up and secure the building. So nothing happened as a result of this. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? In exchange, the property owner agreed to waive his right to a speedy trial, and Gnome Partners LLC agreed to lease or sell the property and, among other things, pay up to $60,000 of the cost to clean up and secure the complex. Notably, the agreement said that the apartment owners may re-tenant the building, provided the building complies with the city code. So again, nothing happened as a result of any of this. Like literally nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? The agreement was signed on August 12th, a day before the city evicted about 300 residents and boarded up the property. Based in Brooklyn, CBZ Management operates rental apartments in New York and Colorado, with 11 properties in Denver, Aurora, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo. 3 complexes owned by CBZ Management in Aurora, affected by gangs based on reports, include Whispering Pines, The Edge at Lowry, and Aspen Grove. Okay? Although the Denver Gazette requested emails from Aurora's code enforcement to CBZ Management dating back to January 1st, all the redacted exchanges were between August 5th and August 10th. Aurora officials charged the Denver Gazette $66 to review and redact 38 emails and a crime report. The 3-hour estimate means it took officials roughly 5 minutes to review and redact each document. Under CORA, government agencies can charge up to $41.37 an hour. The first hour is free. The law doesn't require those entities to outline the expenditures. Aurora officials didn't. An earlier request netted more than 2,100 emails that likely included duplicates. Aurora officials said they would charge $1,419 for the request at $33 an hour. The Denver Gazette submitted a new CORA to narrow down the documents to bring down the cost. What makes it so expensive, said Jeff Roberts, executive director of the Colorado Freedom of Information Coalition of Colorado's public. It's what makes it so expensive, said Jeff Roberts, executive director of the Colorado Freedom of Information Coalition of Colorado's public information law. Oftentimes, the retrieval fees under CORA, Robert and Trackman said, act as a deterrent to obtaining public information and holding the government accountable. See, that's why they charge so much. Lockout, blockout. If you don't have the money, more than likely you ain't gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Unsunken One. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I'm about to ask. Hit that like button if y'all haven't. If y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all hit that bell twice, and also stream to your social media. All right. And also make sure that you guys watch old content when it's recommended on your homepage. So now here it says it decreases public transparency to have a statute that allows an agency to say, we're happy to give you the transparency, but you have to pay for it, Trackman said. It effectively chills the public's right to know. And the thing is that in a situation like this, where you have all of this shade behind this, the public absolutely deserves the right to know.